Welcome back. You're still watching the Daily Debate, and I am honored to be having with me in the studio for tonight Dr. Islam Anan, the lecturer of the Health Policy and Health Economics at Ain Shams University. Thank you very much once again for being with us tonight.
Pleasure.
Before the break, we were speaking about the presidential initiatives, and they will be continuing, as you mentioned, of course, within the scope of the Ministry of Health. But you've mentioned as well that there are other initiatives that we will be needing to address in the future, which is the mindset itself, the culture itself. It's not just about being healthy or to be treating the diseases. It's about being healthy and changing the culture of the Egyptians. How much time do we need to be changing this mindset, especially with food, for example, and smoking?
It's not that easy answer to say it, or it will be easy said than done.
Yes.
And if we can segment public health initiatives in general, we do have what we call a secondary prevention. Secondary prevention, it means to early detect a disease. It's like when you mentioned breast cancer. We are trying to early detect breast cancer. We are trying to early detect hepatitis C and then eliminate it. But moving from the secondary prevention to primary prevention, it means to prevent the incidence of the disease itself.
Yes.
As we were mentioning, trying to decrease anemia, stunting, obesity, trying to make people eat more healthy foods. So we are preventing atherosclerosis, we are preventing cholesterol levels. So this is primary prevention. And as you mentioned, it's more of a culture than just a medication they can take. There is no medication.
Yes.
You need to change your lifestyle. And this is the hardest part, that you need health communication, you don't need health treatment. And for health communication, we do have a lot of initiatives that's actually either in the pipelines or already launched.
Yes.
Something like the presidential initiative for mental health. Mental health is, again, big part of it is primary prevention, how to make people are actually more satisfied, they're not going into depression, general anxiety, so they do have better state of mind. And like the general wellness presidential initiative, we do have smoking cessation.
Yes.
How to prevent people from smoking, and we do have the habit of it's well accepted to smoke even within closed areas.
Yes.
It's culturally accepted in Egypt. And going through countries who changed the mindset of the culture accepting, like UK for example, it needs some regulations which is currently in place and trying to be implemented and approved. But the most important is how to talk to people, how to convince people that smoking, eating unhealthy food, these are all bad for your health. We need a lot of campaigns, hence the role of TV, media. Our role here while we are speaking is very pivotal and important. The role of having role models and figures coming in the TV, press, and now in TikTok and social media like Instagram, talking about changing the mindset. I like the mindset, the word you used, because this is the main roadblock we are having towards unlocking and unsolving the problem of public health. So starting the new administration till 2032, we will be witnessing a lot of the primary prevention campaigns, like what we mentioned, but we will be having as well the continuation of the secondary one, which is early detection of diseases, since the genetic disorders for new babies till the geriatric and senior citizens diseases. It will take the journey of the citizen from birth till adulthood.
You think, doctor, we need convincing, because we are addressing at least 100 million people, 120 million people, with the people living within Egypt, with the expatriates living outside of Egypt as well. Do they need convincing, or do they need new rules, as you mentioned, strict rules that should be applied like other countries did? So it would be easier for them. This is prohibited to be done here, so it would be easier for them to be stopping doing it.
Yeah, so what we've learned from other countries is it's an integrated thing. If you are just forcing laws, people will know how to bend it and turn around it. So we need both. We need strict rules, but we need communication, and we need a buy-in from public to be convinced, as you mentioned exactly, that Yes, they are doing that for my favor. They are not just launching a law to prohibit me from smoking because they just need to annoy me. They are not annoying you. It's because it's your health, and the passive smoking is responsible for a lot of mortalities and case fatalities in the world and also in Egypt.
Yes.
So the health communication is the thing that we need to stress, I believe, in the next 5 years. And we need to stress more on having more budgets in media to communicate with youth, to communicate with even parents, how to educate our children on living a better and healthy life, eating more healthy. And a very important point here is to find alternatives, because I cannot promote eating healthy and there is no alternatives of healthy foods in rural areas, for example.
Yes.
Hence, an initiative like what the Ministry of Health launched a couple of years ago to have a school meal, and I wish it will be reactivated and enriched, that they offer all children a good school meal with all the sufficient nutrients per day. So we are promoting more towards healthy foods. We are educating mothers about what alternatives you can get from the markets. Very simple tips. We will not want to complicate things.
Yes.
When they find alternatives, they will try to comply, and so they see benefits, and then they are convinced, and then the law will be actually in their favor and not just annoying them from living their normal life in their perception.
But are the healthy alternatives more costly, more expensive?
Yeah, this is the main point, because even for us, if you go
Yes.
to any restaurant and you are choosing a healthy meal, it will be more expensive. Salads are currently more expensive than fries if you are eating salads.
Why is that?
It's a global thing, and currently all healthy foods are processed in a different way, which is more difficult and more complicated than just processed fries, processed foods, which is in what we call a mass production, in conservative materials, in cans. So it's easier to ship, it's easier in supply chain, hence it's less costly and not expensive.
Yes.
So we need to find alternatives and we need to subsidize alternatives. We need to fortify a lot of food. So we do have good, cost-effective alternative for all the people. And this is for food and nutrition. Same goes for tobacco use as well. We need to find alternatives, because one of the main things that we are actually doing during evenings is to go to our cafes, our regular cafes,
Yes.
smoke shisha, smoke cigarettes. So we need to find a good alternative for people to do. During COVID, people didn't go and smoke shisha, but we've witnessed a lot of shisha smoking at home. So they took it home. So this is a very good example. If we are just forcing a law, they will find alternative to smoke more at home.
It is an addiction.
Yes.
Smoking and eating unhealthy
we need
food.
a mindset change. We need an alternative people can do during evenings. We need to promote, for example, the culture of parks, the culture of that we need to go out and walk. We do have better. It will be a huge investment, but in all countries who actually did that, it was very cost effective and cost beneficial. They found that any dollar you are spending in changing the habits from just sitting and sedentary to people walking in parks, walking in roads, jogging and so on, it's a 10-year, $1 equals $10. You are getting $10 back to economy. In 20 years, you are getting $30 back to economy, because you do have healthier individuals, you have productivity, more productivity from the individuals living in the country.
Yes, Doctor, and speaking of costs and expenses, the next report is about increasing the spending in the upcoming fiscal year for Egypt to about 75 billion Egyptian pounds for the upcoming fiscal year. We'll be having more details in the upcoming report. Stay tuned.